Disappears.
What?
Good afternoon, good evening, keepers of the cash, whatever time it is in your world. Hope everyone's doing well. And we have, as always, on a Thursday, we have Digger Jim on the other side. How you doing tonight, Jim?
Good, sir.
And joining us tonight is Caroline. Lady Fantastic, how are you? Good to have you back on after a little hiatus.
Appreciate that. Thank you. Apologies for my absence.
Oh, no worries. You're always in the chat at least.
Talking
And
shit.
of course, our guest of honor this evening, none other than you've seen her around. She is a great supporter in the community and is always helping out people, watching videos, giving likes. A great artist herself, and she also has been doing a great job on her Fartist feature, which we'll talk about during the show as well. We have Katie, K-pop junkie, on. How you doing tonight, Katie?
Lovely, just PG. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we were talking a little bit backstage about the mishaps of the day leading up to the show, and they were funny. If all of you can't tell, my allergies are destroying me, but I'm actually having a really good day. So allergies be damned, we're going forward. So
Awesome.
So to start it out, what I like to do, Katie, is for the guests to give the quick 2-minute pitch of themselves, and then we'll say hi to the crowd. So who are you?
Okay.
What's your channel about? Your IG, your YouTube, your Twitch?
Okay. Hi, I'm Katie, aka K-pop. You will also see me on various other channels with very colorful usernames, most famously Turd Ferguson.
You know what's funny is that threw me once. I'm like, who is this Turd Ferguson they're talking to?
Yeah.
While to figure it out.
K-pop.
I was on Tricky Series before I debuted my face cam on Dairy Air as Monterey Jacked. So you guys might know me from there also. Yeah. I've been streaming for like 15 years on and off other sites, but a couple of them closed. I most recently was on Twitch doing art, and then I took a 2-year break from that and kind of moved to YouTube. And then, yeah, I collect all the things. Yes,
All the things.
Like
It's
I got
collectible,
a thing
your
of
eye on
rocks right there. There's a thing of rocks right there.
Nice.
I collect everything. Yeah, you would like that. Like I got on beach camping, and I think there might be some metal detecting bits in there also. Yeah.
That's right. There you go.
I do art. I do weird late nights because I don't sleep, so I'm always up.
You must have been on journeys at least once.
Oh, shit ton of times.
Yeah.
They're like partners
Yeah, at
in
least
crime.
once. Yeah, at least once.
Just once.
Yeah.
That's past my bedtime. I can't go
I
that
can
late.
understand
It's
that
like
though.
tonight.
I'm one of those people, Katie. I get maybe I get like 3.5 hours of sleep a night,
Yeah.
and I have one day that I get like 6 to 7. And
Yeah.
that's like my big day.
Yeah.
And then there's some nights where I just can't sleep at all. Where it's like 2 hours before I have to go to work, I'm like, oh fuck it, it's all done now.
Oh yeah,
I even bother.
Totally
I've
my
only done that
schedule.
once.
Yeah.
Nah, I got to get some sack time in, or I'm done.
I sleep like a baby, dude.
Oh, you're lucky. Yeah, no,
So
I've
cranky.
never been able to sleep. That's always been my schedule. Like
It's all the
3 hours,
NyQuil she
maybe.
downs, Katie. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I've got my own shit, but like I've just never had a problem with sleeping. I'm so good at it.
I wish I didn't have that problem because it's been a problem really since
Well, I
kindergarten.
feel like since I was
Yeah.
a teenager, I've never got a lot of sleep.
Really?
I was
Yeah.
the last one to go to bed at night. I was the first one up in the morning. I would stay up. I was the kid watching David Letterman while the whole family's asleep.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah.
And then going to bed, then getting up and running around the house before anybody else is awake for an hour at least.
You do seem perpetually sleepy, so
That is what you call getting old.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
My mom's the same though. She does not sleep a lot, and I don't understand people that live that way. Like I don't understand how you're sane.
It just doesn't happen. Even if I could take like melatonin, sleep stuff, whatever, and
Right.
doesn't work. I'll be
Oh,
up 3
I'm
o'clock in the morning ready to rearrange my room like it's not happening. So
I'm a fucking nightmare if I don't get rest. Like,
yeah.
Well, I think I mean, it has a lot to. I mean, something not everybody, but some people, if they get stuff stuck in their head, they start thinking about it a lot. I know I've been through phases of that where I'll have something going on, either at work or personal, and it just gets in there, and you'll go for weeks where you're like, "Damn, I'm not really
ruminating.
sleeping as much as I need to," and it's trying to get out there. You're thinking about this, and you're thinking about that, or there's an emergency. Yeah, that'll keep you
Oh,
up
it's
at
not even
night.
emergencies. I will literally get home from work, and from work until I want to go to sleep, I'll like start like nodding off, like, "Oh, all right, I could go to sleep." And then as soon as you lay down, all of a sudden your brain's like, "Yeah, screw you, you're going nowhere."
Yeah, you're going nowhere. So
Yeah, that happened. I'll come home from work because I get, ever since the COVID, like, just really fatigued, and then I'll pass out for like an hour.
The
And I'll wake
COVID.
up and be like, I have
I
no
like how
idea
you
what's
put
happening.
"the" in front of it. The COVID, like she gave it a
Yeah.
super villain name. The COVID.
The
It
COVID.
is awful. Yes.
since I started. You
Yeah,
better hit
right.
this chat. You got some crazy people in this
Let's say
chat.
let's say hi to the chat real quick. So we have Hulk Collector 82 in. Good afternoon, sir. Las Cruces. Good evening, James.
Now it's
X11
real.
Bravo. Great to see you guys here. Thank you so much for showing up. Jerry the Jitterbug.
Jerry.
Awesome, Jerry. Anaconda Comics Joe. Two of my favorite dudes right there, Joe and Jerry. And Chris the Comic Vet. Good evening, buddy. Nice to see you. Jean Malot from Canada. Good evening, Jean. And we have Naman. Good evening, Naman. I think Naman's live on another channel right now. He's dropping in to say hi.
The worm.
Oh, boo, Nam. What the heck? You're already live today.
Oh, I think he's live on Izzy's channel right now.
Okay.
Oh, he's drawing.
Marco, how you doing tonight, sir?
Marco.
And Glenn 2K12. Nice to see you, Glenn.
Hey,
Thank you for joining us. All
You're
right.
nuts, Hulk
And,
Collector. My brother did that shit though.
oh, we have Ignacio. Good evening, Ignacio. If you guys did watch Ignacio's The 1011, really great show. Watch that.
Ignacio
Support him. He
sucks.
is
No, he's not.
Ignacio.
yeah, Ignacio's one of the best dudes out there. John Stout, how you doing tonight, sir? And Warlord, good evening. Nice to see you. Remy Q, how are you, sir?
That was a sweet picture.
Oh, and Gary and Jim.
Hello, Gary Jim as well. You gotta take the good with the bad, Remy.
Oh, there's trouble. Trouble.
Polkan Joe's here. Good evening, Joe.
Joe. Polkan Joe.
All right, so W Vogs 18.
Hey,
How you
Bob.
doing?
This
And
chat is huge. See Bizzle?
yeah,
Huge.
see,
Biz.
Phil's Treehouse.
Phil. My
Phil.
little homie.
G, how you doing?
Comic book G.
Hey.
Taylor Hwinder.
Hey.
We don't know that
Whinder.
one. Winderkin.
All right, so we have got a full house. DVH is here. Dr. Von Hoots. Good evening, sir.
Hey, Hoot.
All right, so Katie, let's see Bizzle. We're just talking about him. Nice to see you, buddy. All right, we have a full house rocking.
Yeah.
So let's get into it. So we'll start with one of your first statements, Katie. You like all the collectibles.
I do.
So what got you into collectibles to begin with? Like, were you like a little pack rat as a kid and just everything
Always.
you were bringing home? And
I would walk home from school and pick up sticks and rocks and feathers. That's what started my collection. Then I got really big into toys because I was really big into like cartoons and like animated series. So I got huge into like the 80s toys. I think I had every figure plus doubles of like She-Ra.
oh wow,
Nice.
Yeah. Don't know what happened to them, but yeah, I had all of them. And I was big into Legos and arts and crafts stuff from a young age. That's what I did. And then our neighbor got really big into sports cards. So like in the 80s, I was like really huge into baseball and sports cards. Because I also played a lot of sports.
Me too.
Yay!
Probably when I was about in like 5 or 6, I started collecting baseball cards.
Yeah, I still have all my cards upstairs. I really need to go through them and get rid of a lot because they just take up so much space. And then I really got into like the Marvel cards after that.
Same.
the Marvel cards are so much fun though. I used to have a
Oh,
bunch
they
and
are. Yeah.
I got them all. Yeah. Oh my god.
I remember back in like the 90s, I don't even remember when it was. I have like metal tins of like Spider-Man and X-Men. There's like 10 cards in there and they're limited sets.
Mhm.
They're kind of getting oxidized now, but I mean they were amazing.
The
when they came
tins,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, those were X-Men Volume 1 and 2. I remember those. And they did it from the animated series, I think there were.
Yeah, they're really they're really good ones. Yeah, and then I got big into Magic. And then I stopped collecting that. Yeah, then I stopped collecting that because my collection got stolen. So I was like, I can't. I was like, that broke my heart. So I was like, screw you guys. And I started collecting again, but I never really fully got back into it.
It's tough once you lose a collection. It makes it really hard to begin again.
Yeah. Is that hard to play?
You can play the online one, which is fairly easier, but you need to learn like all the little tricks and things.
Yeah, it's a lot to learn. It's a steep learning curve, but once you learn, like,
it's fun. It's probably about the same as Pokemon, really. It's like the same type.
Yeah, my brother taught me because he was a Pokemon and Magic the Gathering. It just was never my thing. I remember having them, like collecting them at the same time. I had Marvel cards, but then my mom told me that like they were devil. They were from the devil. And so then I was like,
so that means you collected more.
I stopped because I didn't want to go to hell, and now I don't even believe it.
That makes sense because I always knew the devil was preoccupied with putting out comic book cards.
Yeah, for sure.
No, Magic the Gathering cards.
Well,
Magic the Gathering.
That was his arty side he had to get out.
You were gonna summon
I thought it was supposed to be like I thought it was supposed to be like D&D or something.
Kind of.
That's probably
like the lore is kind of.
Yeah.
But that's really want to get an easy game to play. Get the PlayStation 1 game, is it Battle Mage? No, Battlegrounds, Battle Mage. It's a really fun game. It's good. It's kind of teach you more about the lore and the history than the new games that are out.
You know, we've talked about this a few times on the show. Did you ever get into Diablo?
My bro is like Diablo.
That's first person shooter, right?
Yeah.
Right?
I think
it's a dungeon crawler, but it's over the top view. It has the best loot system in games, so it advances your character.
Diablo? Was it always over the top view?
Yeah.
Was Diablo?
I don't know about the first ones. The first ones might have been first person, kind of Doomish, maybe. Then it kind of
no. The first one was over the top because I remember playing it on PC, and then I played it on. Then it was weird because that one actually came out on the PlayStation 1 as well, which was a big deal.
I think it was also on Xbox as well.
I think it's because like my brother had Diablo 3, and Diablo 3 you could do as a first person view. I'm pretty sure. Right?
Diablo 3 was I loved 1. I put way too many hours into 1 and 2 because 2, I would just play them, beat them, start over again, and just keep going over and over again. 3, I only beat it twice. I was like, I'm good. I don't know what it was. 3 didn't click as hard as the other ones did.
Yeah. So my bro is like super huge into 3, and he's excited for 4. Like that's his game. I was more into like Overwatch. That was my jam.
Overwatch? Okay.
Yeah, Overwatch. Yeah, I would like to get into playing Diablo again.
Even now, it's top down. What am I thinking of?
That's its gig.
You're probably thinking of Doom.
That's Doom. Doom's
Doom
first
or
person,
Wolfenstein
right?
is probably
Doom was definitely
No, my brother never did Wolfenstein. That's like the Nazis and stuff.
Yeah.
Right. Like
that's like sci-fi horror.
Yeah.
It's got a sci-fi horror bent on it too.
Yeah, like Nazi zombies and stuff. So, okay, got it. So not Diablo. Yeah, my brother definitely played Doom. That's what, because it scared me. I didn't like it.
Doom Eternal has a fantastic soundtrack if you like really awesome cool music.
My kid
Doom is Demons
all continuously. I think I've bought it for every system we have in the house.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was definitely Doom.
Chris from Retro Rocket Comics.
Nice.
Hey peeps.
Now, with all this collecting, did you ever get into comics at all as well?
Oh yeah, from same age. Sports cards.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I was so we didn't really have a lot of comic stores here. We had sports card stores. Like, that was huge here. So we would get our comics from like the spinner racks at like CVS, Walgreens, Kroger's. Like that's where we got it.
Yeah, same.
And they eventually moved to we would go to sports card shows a lot, and then the comic vendors started coming in to sell cards and comics, and then they kind of like did a little bit of anime at the time. But yeah, that's how they started evolving. And then they did like in the mid 90s, they started doing like anime comic shops. So we had a ton of those. But
we had some of those pop up here, and then it was you just go in there and walls of anime books and figures and all the little weird collectibles that they have.
Yeah, you'll see many.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you though, Katie.
I have a whole 90s weird Sailor Moon thing over there. Yeah. So comics. I've been into comics 80s. I remember going whenever they had the first sports card shows, we would go and just spend all day at sports card shows at Gibraltar. And then anytime we would go grocery shopping, I would run to the book section to look at the magazines, the books, and the comics. So I was pulling some interesting stuff off the racks back in the day. And then I would go bin diving. That was my favorite thing. Because back in the 80s, they were like, what, 10 for $1? You could sit on the floor all day and find some really good stuff.
Yeah.
My most favorite comic I've ever pulled out of the back issue bin was Marvel Team Up. I believe it's issue number 96, which is Marvel Team Up with Howard the Duck.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's my absolute favorite comic I've ever pulled out of a store.
Nice.
Are you a Howard the Duck fan?
I'm a Howard the Duck fan. My mom will tell you from the time that the movie came out, we saw it at the drive-in. I have never laughed harder in my entire life than I would sit there and watch Howard the Duck.
I'm so glad to hear that because that movie is a guilty pleasure.
I think it's everybody's.
Yeah, Howard's amazing. Yeah.
I
was also super into the Supergirl movie, so anytime that movie would come on, I would watch it nonstop. I would make anybody watch it. I had the pajama set that went with it, and I wore that, I think, for 2 years until it fell apart. Yeah.
It's funny. I was just watching the Supergirl movie a couple weeks ago.
Oh, I have the
Helen Slater?
Yes.
Yeah, look at this is my all-time favorite book in my collection, which I've had forever, and I can't even open it because it's like falling apart. That's how much I've
wow.
opened it so many times.
The Helen Slater, man, she was something.
Yeah. Well,
she played the mom, right?
To it, which I liked.
Ellen Slater played Supergirl, but she played something in the TV series, right?
Yeah, she played the mom of Supergirl in the whatever WB Supergirl series, which I thought was hilarious.
I didn't watch that. I'm like about 10 years behind on TV series.
But they used her and like Dean Cain, I think, played her father. And I'm like,
well, I mean, that was the cool thing is that they let these people come in for like actual roles that meant something to the history of these characters in cinema.
Yeah. I mean,
are you kind of a cinemaphile as well, Katie?
Yes, as you can see, I love my horror, and I have a lot of movie posters right over here, and it's my little Scream dude right there.
We're gonna talk some horror.
First of all,
good. Your favorite horror.
Shy guy.
Everybody already knows that my favorite.
him. Yeah.
That my favorite movie is John Carpenter's The Thing.
Okay, great movie.
And I love creature flicks. I'm the type of guy where I don't like slasher flicks because they're boring to me. It's like they're just campy.
I know, I love it.
Them, but like
I love it. I love the camp.
So
I just think it's funny that the man who loves The Thing is calling slasher flicks campy because Thing is pretty campy. But
the thing is,
I don't want to hurt you. I don't mean to hurt you.
No. I'm talking like with the camp part that I'm talking about is like everyone's running, the killer never runs, but he catches up and kills you. It's just
that's the best.
Come on,
they deserve it. Trespassing on their,
Oh, all right. So, your favorite horror flick, then, Katie?
So you can't tell, but Evil Dead posters right there.
Yes.
That's one of my favorites.
Nice. Did you watch the series? Tell me you watched the series.
Where's this stupid thing? Right here, above my screen. My favorite movie. This is actually how I bonded with Sith Lordly. Is Sorority Babes and the Slyball Bolorama.
Oh God!
With Linnea Quigley. So I am huge into 90s and 80s cheese. I will watch all of it. That's my jam. I really love the artistry that comes with the Universal monsters, but I will watch pretty much anything. Creature flicks, Pumpkinhead. Let's go.
Pumpkinhead was great.
I adore Pumpkinhead. My favorite.
And Lance Henriksen, you can't go wrong.
No. He's really good. My favorite non-Universal movie is Monster Squad. It's my favorite, probably top tier movie of all time. I actually will be watercoloring some art that I have.
My only
there,
complaint about
yes.
the Monster Squad is there wasn't enough creature from the Black Lagoon in it.
It needed more. It actually needed to be like another one or something because it's really good. But yeah, I adore any movie that I watch that's like horror or whatever inspires me to draw art. So that's kind of stuff that I like.
Nice.
Oh, and then
God.
they're bringing up my favorite werewolf movie, which is The Howling.
The
Oh,
Howling.
Howling is
Yeah.
good. Yeah.
The Howling,
Howling
that
is-
first Howling is amazing, and what an ending it has too. That ending's insane. And you know, I'm not. People are always like, "Oh, American Werewolf from London." Yeah, it's good, but The Howling's my favorite.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When was
I
it
do
made?
love
Never
The
seen
The
it.
Howling?
Howling.
Yeah, I've
80s.
never seen it, dude.
It had to be
No,
like
never.
84, 85, I would think.
Yeah, because there's about 6 of them or more, I think. Yeah.
Well, one of those straight to video companies got a hold of the franchise after, and they just pumped out terrible sequel after terrible sequel.
Yeah,
There
it
was
came
like
out.
I think 8 or 9 of them.
Sometimes those work. Sometimes those are great.
It came
'Cause
out in
they
81.
did that with Hellraiser too.
81, really? Wow. I didn't
Yeah.
think that would have came out that early, but that kind of makes sense because there's so many of them.
I've seen Hellraiser, but I have not seen The Howling. Do you know,
I'm
just
excited. Yeah.
The first Howling, lady Caroline, you'll love it. It's so good.
Really?
Dee Wallace Stone's amazing in it, and
Yeah.
you want to talk about weird, tense atmosphere. The first Howling has it. There's scenes in it that'll give you the creeps just because of how it's set up. It's not even horrific; it's just creepy.
Yeah.
Man,
I
they had
just, I've never been a horror person because I just like feel like life is horrific enough. that-
Well, this is
Watch-
fantasy horror, so it'll be okay.
I'm
And
sensitive. I'm sensitive.
She can't do it.
and the cast is so good in that movie. Like they pull off if you don't have the right cast pulling off that weirdness
Yeah.
that is in that movie, it doesn't work.
Katie,
It was- I'm sorry, but
William
your
wants you to
favorite
show
horror,
your
Katie.
nards.
We're still going with you.
He wants me to show my nards. All right, where are my nards?
Show us your nards.
Okay.
Whip 'em
Wait,
out.
I'll show you my nards. Oh no. Crap. I got
Let's
hair.
see. Didn't someone show some Wolfman nards on Instagram? I thought that was like a joke package of them.
Okay. Hair. Hold on. Too much. Oh, Silver Bullet was really good too.
What's that?
Silver Bullet. I've seen
Silver
it too.
Bullet.
I've seen that. It scared me, but it was good.
Nards.
Oh, I love those nards.
They're fuzzy. Yeah.
Balls.
And I just remember when that movie came out, just loving the design of the monsters in it. I'm like,
Oh,
finally
so
someone got
good.
the design of the monsters right.
Right.
Yes. That's why I said it's my favorite Universal, not Universal monster
Do you
movie.
like the old black and white horror movies too? Because I'll still watch I'll still
The
watch.
whole wall.
Okay, perfect. Because they have a feel to them that can't be replicated now, and
The
they're
art
really
is
good
amazing.
for
Even
that.
if you look at this, like she was barely in this movie. That was from The Mummy. The artistry went into her costume work, and the set work is just spectacular. It's amazing. Like I love that. It's absolutely fantastic.
You got X11 Bravo saying Howard the Duck was the first naked boobies he ever saw. Duck
Great.
boobies.
She was a babe.
Are
It was-
Duck
I
movies
remember
called
watching
movies?
that, and when that scene happened, laughing so hard, I'm like, I can't even believe they went there. I'm like, but it was so Howard the Duck perfect for what the
Yeah.
character was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people couldn't get past the fact too that it was from George Lucas.
There was a lot of things from George Lucas around the time, including video games that people don't really know. One of
Right.
my favorite PlayStation 1 video games.
He was
from
on
a
fire
Lucas
in
studio.
'81. George Lucas
Yeah.
was on fucking fire.
I'm sorry, what was the
mean-
game, Katie?
On PlayStation 1, there's a game. It's a 2D animated game called Herc's Adventure, and it's from Lucas Studios. And if you beat the game, there's Star Wars snippets
Ooh.
back behind the scenes. Ooh.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right, so
Mhm.
but let's
I'll tell
stick
you
with
what
the horror.
scary movie I like. Have you
Go ahead.
seen Young Frankenstein by Mel Brooks?
Yes.
That's not a horror movie. That's just incredible.
Yes, it is. It's my kind of horror.
It's
It's
Jerk.
considered horror because it has the characters in it. So yes, you get a pass. Yes.
Would you like
That's-
some Ovaltine?
I love that movie. It's cheesy.
You can't beat that
hilarious.
cast either with Gene
No.
Wilder.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
Madeline
God,
Kahn,
so good.
Terry
fucking
Garr.
Cloris Leachman,
Yeah.
Frau Blucher.
Cloris- Yeah.
I know.
I
I
love it.
see, and that's when you could do inappropriate comedy, and it was hilarious, right?
No.
Nobody was sensitive. Like
Yeah.
Mel
Yeah.
Brooks could not make a movie today.
No.
It
And I
sucks too
adore
because
Spaceballs. Spaceballs. Oh, that's
Yeah,
so good.
like
I
any of
love
his
History of the
what is it?
World.
History of the World Part One is my
Prince,
favorite Mel Brooks movie. I've watched that
Yeah.
so
Men in
many
Tights.
times.
Yeah.
Robin
Like
Men in
Men in
sometimes I'll
Tights
be
is
Tights.
randomly
great.
singing "The Inquisition." Let's begin, and it'll pop into my head because I've watched that movie so
Oh yeah,
much.
So
the
many times, right?
Inquisition.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Piss
yeah.
boy, come here,
Shut up.
Yeah, it's one of my favorites.
Count de Monet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, so
Achoo.
many good things.
What? Bless you.
Oh, yes. Are you a philosopher? Oh, so you're a bullshitter. Have you
Shit artist.
bullshitted anybody lately?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
I just love that. I love the not scared humor, and now you can't have that because if Mel Brooks made one of those movies today, it would get canceled before you even saw film.
The
Yeah.
title
like
will probably
in
just get canceled.
Young Frankenstein, Gene Wilder shows his hand and he's like, "Oh, this is my shooting hand."
All right, so yes, you from your sense of humor, from what we see of you, Katie, like Fartis feature and stuff like that, looks like you, like Caroline, like Jim, like me, you got a twisted sense of humor.
Yes, clearly.
Well, I mean, it's what makes life fun, right? You cannot take all this
No.
shit too seriously, or else it'll get you down.
No, you can't.
You gotta be able to roll with it and laugh with all these weird things that
Dude,
happen.
life is fucking absurd. If you don't
Yeah.
laugh, you're not going to be able to cope with it. People are
Exactly.
ridiculous.
I-
Life is ridiculous.
have enough stress and bullshit happening in my life. So yeah, the more I could take it less serious, I think.
Now, you touched on the Evil Dead. When did you discover the Evil Dead? Because that movie, when I saw it, it was my favorite movie. It's still one of my favorite movies to this day, the whole franchise. But
Yeah.
tell me when you discovered Evil Dead.
Fairly early on when it was playing, because he's local, so they would play like through Wolfman
Oh,
Mac and a few
lovely.
other people, like all the movies all the time. So I discovered it weird late nights, all the like as early as possible. So when Army of Darkness came out, I want to say I was around 11. I forced my mom to go see this opening weekend. My mom hated every single second of Army of Darkness, so now it's a running gag in my family. So anytime when my brother comes over, we watch anything to do with the Evil Dead or Army of Darkness, and we just binge watch it through the whole thing. My mom just walks around and goes, "I hate this movie."
Well, she's not walking around going, "This is my boomstick." That's just what we call pillows.
She hates it, and then we make fun of it, and then we watch it. Yeah, but yeah,
The best
so
one-liners
very
from
fairly
Campbell.
early on. Yeah.
Now, is it just Evil Dead for Bruce Campbell, or do you like him in everything?
Bruce Campbell is my husband. I love him.
He
I
is-
marry him right now.
Bruce Campbell's
Yeah.
awesome.
I adore that man. I loved him in Jack of all spades. I love anything he
Jack of
does.
all
is just
Spades was one of those
spectacular.
underground ones that was so much fun.
It was, yeah.
And
I
What's the
love
one-
everything he's in.
And I don't like westerns, and I still like Briscoe County Jr. just because of him.
Yeah.
Oh, Briscoe. Oh my God.
Oh, it's so
Now
good.
you're reaching.
Yeah.
Was it a
I-
Marvel movie where he like kept punching himself? Or
That
It
was
was
the
this-
second
that's
Doctor
Evil
Strange.
Dead. Well, he did that a few things, but Evil Dead, he did that.
yeah, he was in
Yeah.
like a
Army of
recent
Darkness,
movie
yeah.
where it's like somebody. I think it maybe
Yeah.
was the Time Variants, or was it Loki?
No,
he
it
was
was
in it.
Doctor Strange.
Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Doctor Strange. Yeah.
And he just kept
Yeah.
punching himself. Oh, you gotta love Sam Raimi for doing like
Yeah.
Evil
Yeah.
Dead Hollaback. You know, he's showing like his like he's giving the people like their just desserts. Like he deserves a nod.
Well, I just love the whole concept that they would do whatever they could to make Bruce's day as hard as possible while filming, which is hilarious. Did you ever read his books too?
I have his book. I found it at the Dollar Tree, so I
His
haven't read it
books
yet, but
are
I found
really
it there.
good
I'm
reads.
so excited about the gin one. Yeah, I got that one.
You'll like it.
Yeah, I probably will. I adore his.
He's
sense
like one of
humor.
those once in a lifetime dudes.
Here you go. Here's some monetary statistics I just looked up. It cost $375,000 to make Evil Dead. They made almost $3 million at the box office, and that sounds very little, but in 1981 that was huge.
Well, that
Yeah.
was one of those things too, because if you watch any of the documentaries too, that's when horror movies were just being made and distributed in
Right.
VHS stores and movie stores, and They were just had a whole life there that was onto
Yeah,
itself.
that figure's probably just box office, not even what you're talking about. So
Because
that's
that's how Full Moon Features was making a bunch of their money, just straight to video releases.
yeah, but that was big money back then.
Now, are you a Full Moon Studios fan too, Katie?
A what?
Full Moon
Oh,
Studios.
Full Moon. Yeah, I watch. There's a couple that I like.
They're
that
hit
I'll
or miss,
follow.
but the ones that are good
Yeah.
are good.
I was into Blumhouse for a while, and a couple of those just like random little things. But anything I just follow. Oh, Puppet Master. Puppet Master is great.
It is.
I follow characters more than I follow like the companies that make them.
Yes, Katie. Tell me you've seen Bubba Hotep.
Oh, of course I have. Who
I
doesn't?
saw it in the
Come on.
theater, so I was lucky.
Bubba
I
Hotep
got to
is
see
fantastic.
it when it released, and I just remember laughing so hard during that movie.
That was
He
a
was
good one.
such a good, funny Elvis.
Yeah, My Name is Bruce is also good.
I love My Name is Bruce. Everyone thinks he's a hero.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
so
So,
funny.
did you watch the TV show though? Ash versus the Evil
I did.
Dead?
I kind of need to watch the last season, but yeah, I do have it. I just haven't finished the rest of it.
I've watched it a couple times over, all three. It's so good.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things too. It doesn't have any right being as good as it is.
Yeah, I like that he's got like his girdle on and stuff, and he's just the same silly old dude that he normally is. But yeah,
Right? All the hair dye in his pillow. And what I love too is like, so they announce it's coming out, right? So I go and I never get anything for anything, right? But I went and got stars just so I could watch Evil Dead.
Yeah, I also did the same thing. Yeah.
And then I'm like, oh, man, they're gonna make these two characters regulars, Kelly and Pablo. Come on. And then I'm like, 2 episodes in, I'm like, Kelly and Pablo are the best characters ever.
Yeah.
Like, they were so, and then of course you had the other incredible actress Lucy Lawless come in and nail Ruby, which was great.
Yeah.
And then I don't know, so many good things. All right, let's move past the horror though. Let's get back into other collectibles. In the
What
cards,
were some of the first comic books that you ever got? Like when you first started getting them, like what called to you? What were you like? Was it just like, oh, this looks cool, or?
Yeah, basically stuff that just looks cool, but I was also really huge into Star Comics and comics based off of like cartoon TV series. I can actually show you the 4 most read books in my entire collection are actually near me.
Please. Also, Colt's Comic Claims wanted to ask you, what is your favorite Faygo flavor?
Yeah, that's right. I missed that.
Oh man, I remember Faygo.
Faygo.
That would be cream soda.
That's how you know you're an 80s kid.
Yeah.
She said her favorite flavor was poop flavor. Sorry.
That's Glenn's favorite.
That would be Dingleberry Daydream, Lady Fantastic.
Art flavor.
These are the most beat up, most read comics in my entire collection, and it probably says
show it.
Oh, nice.
And I pulled these off the shelf when I found them.
That's awesome.
So I had the rest of these, but they were so like dead by the time. Like,
Harvey Comics.
Yeah, like you can see, like my bro and I just like we annihilated these things.
That's okay. I mean, they should be loved, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, I love Heathcliff over Garfield all day.
Oh, me too, because he was, a troublemaker.
Heathcliff is awesome. I used to love the Heathcliff cartoon too.
Oh yeah, I loved Heathcliff. I loved Beetlejuice.
I loved both because they were cats.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think? What do you think about the announcement of a Beetlejuice 2, Katie?
I'm for it. I like it. I just don't hope they just don't ruin it because I was big into Tim Burton stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I still am huge into Tim Burton.
Yeah, you don't want to do Tim Burton dirty.
No, you can't.
What's your favorite Tim Burton flick?
Besides Beetlejuice, I really enjoy the scenery that is in Sweeney Todd. That kind of shit stuff is good. But I love what is that? Sleepy Hollow.
Sleepy Hollow is a good one.
I love the artistry
that's in Christopher
that.
Walken. Come on.
Yeah.
Didn't
witchy swamp witchy things. That's my jam.
Didn't Tim Burton do Big Fish?
He did.
I think so. Yeah.
I really liked Big Fish. But I also
And
liked
Pictures.
Edward Scissorhands.
Yes,
Oh,
Edward
Edward Scissorhands
Scissorhands
was
good. I have a couple Edward Scissorhands art pieces over here.
And
It was
also James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he did a lot
That was a good one.
actually.
But I loved his affect, the scene and kind of the background affect and design that he created with the Batmans. I mean, I think he really did a good job with that.
Oh, I love Batman
Made it a little
Returns. I love
surreal.
Batman Returns.
Well, he
Yeah.
gave it atmosphere, which is what it needed.
Right.
Atmosphere, yes. He's really good with creating that kind of the weird atmospheres. But oh god, I watched this thing. It was like a cutscene from Batman Returns, and it was Michelle Pfeiffer doing a scene with a whip, and she fucking hits the 4 heads off of the models when she's in the mall, like in one shot, and like it was so badass that like people started like clapping and screaming for her after the shot was done.
Yes.
Like she was a badass. Oh my god!
Because they didn't want to get whipped. They're like, all right, good job, Michelle.
I
We're
don't
just gonna
want to
be
hear
over here.
nothing about no Halle Berry, like the best Catwoman, like of my time
Michelle Pfeiffer
was Michelle Pfeiffer. But like, you know, mad
For
props
sure.
to you know, Eartha Kitt and to Julie Newmar. But
yeah. I love the 66 series of Batman. I grew up watching that. So I love Julie Newmar and the other, I forgot the other lady's name because there was like 3.
Eartha Kitt.
Catwoman.
Yeah. And
No,
then you had
not Eartha
Ron
Kitt, the
Craig
other
as
one.
Batgirl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, also did
Yes,
Helena
Glenn.
Bonham Carter was married to Tim Burton for quite a while. So yeah, he did her for a minute.
Yes, he did.
He's so good though. I love you know, almost everything she's in. She's
Everything.
great.
Oh, she's good. She gets really into character, and I love like great costume work and makeup. That's my favorite.
Let's say I like Helena Bonham Carter too. She's a great actress.
I think she was in Age of Innocence or something. That's like a one where she was in with Daniel Day-Lewis.
But
I love my tongue.
She could do that.
Huh?
She could do those hardcore weird genre flicks and then go do something serious.
Oh yeah, I like her acting a lot. And you can tell right there. Right
Or is it
there
a room with
as,
the view? That's what it was. Was it a room?
She was
with the view?
in
It was a
some movie with Michelle Pfeiffer back in the day too. It might be the same movie. And then I'm thinking it was like a costume.
No, it wasn't.
Was it Dangerous Liaisons?
I think.
Oh,
possibly.
that was such a good movie.
Yeah.
Really showing my age now. I'm like remembering this stuff off the top of my head.
No, they were in. It shows Dark Shadows. They were in together.
Yes. Dark Shadows.
I've never seen
I haven't seen that one.
Oh, it's good. Yeah. I adore anything.
Just, you know,
like
sometimes you make a
supernatural,
flick and it just stays in. There's a couple I gotta see that have been in the weird thing. Oh, good afternoon, Christina. All right, so you got the Tim Burton, you got the Army of Darkness. So you're liking all the weird kind of horror stuff, which is what I like too.
Yes.
You were getting into something else about 80s slashers, I thought, there for a second. So what's your favorite 80s slasher?
I've got Michael Myers right there. I've got Scream right there, but he's fairly new. But I have a whole wall in front of me that's Michael Myers / Friday the 13th in front of me.
And I always thought it was funny that Michael Myers' face was like a William Shatner sculpt.
Yes. I adore that. Yeah, that's cool.
Well, I love too what it says about William Shatner, how he's such a good sport about everything.
Oh yeah, he's also Scruffy Nerfer squad. The man is amazing.
Nice.
Michelle Pfeiffer played a cokehead. Michelle Pfeiffer was a cokehead in what was it? The one Scarface, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that, and also too, I like the one she did with Harrison Ford, What Lies Beneath.
Oh, that was cool.
Oh, that was good. That was kind
of. Yes.
Well, you know, everyone talks about how beautiful she was, but the cool thing about Michelle Pfeiffer was when she was on screen, she had presence.
Right.
Yeah.
Like you can't fake having presence. You either have it or you don't.
Yeah.
Oh, I love when she like goes from kind of being little mealy mouthed and sort of an underling, and then she starts standing up to her boss and Catwoman as she goes through more and more shit.
Yes.
I mean, eventually she pushes him out, like walking out of the building. I'm pretty sure something like that.
She gets pushed out the building, and
No.
then she goes.
Did she
at
get
the
pushed out?
end,
I thought she
destroys-
pushed him out of the building.
Yeah, that's how she turns into Catwoman in the movie.
Right. You see the mental
He
breakdown.
pushes
as she
her out
plays
of the
it really
building.
well.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, I
With
adored
Marcus.
her because I love witchy things. I loved her in Stardust. Not many people like that movie, but I love it.
Stardust was great.
I have
I
to
love
watch that.
Stardust.
All I hear is
It's
good
so
things about
good.
Stardust, and I haven't seen it.
She's
Yeah,
such
I've
a
never
good
seen that one.
bad guy.
Yeah,
So
I've
good.
never
Oh,
seen
it's
that
so
one.
good.
Like
I like
anyone
the
I know
fantasy
that's watched
stuff.
it raves about it.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good. Did you see?
All right,
Did you like?
I'm gonna write it down so I don't forget to
stuff?
watch that one.
What?
Did you watch
And Lady
Last
Hawk.
Unicorn?
The Last
Yeah.
Unicorn is one of my all-time favorite movies. I probably rented that movie more than any other movie from the
Mine
VHS
too.
store.
What about
I
Legend?
talk about that all the time. Legend, I have that on VHS. My all-time favorite movie, all time, is The Labyrinth, and I actually have an entire bookcase dedicated to the Froud
Babe.
family and Labyrinth.
Ooh.
Wow.
Labyrinth
Now,
is good. Do you have
when
the
I
Labyrinth
was
comics?
younger,
It is. Yep,
You do?
I do. I have the original ones. Yes. I have the newer one that came out. I have the 3-series manga that came out.
oh yeah. Did you
Huge
get the
nerd.
Zero manga too that was out?
Yeah, yep, I did. But this thing here is quite amazing. Ta-da!
Ooh.
Oh, very
Wow.
cool.
It's all fancy pants. There's like things you can open up, but yeah,
That was
Fairies
Jim
by
Henson
Brian
too,
Froud.
right?
It's one of my all-time favorite books like ever. Oh, there's a movie poster in there, but yeah.
Glenn, I was just getting to that question. I was going to ask you guys if you ever saw Lady Hawk with Michelle
Yeah,
Pfeiffer
he said.
Huh, what is this?
and Matthew Broderick.
Yeah.
So good.
I don't know what this is, but this is in my book.
No, 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 no.
I don't know where it came from.
From Ghostbusters.
I know, but I don't know where the card came from. It's in my book.
Yeah,
Why
but
don't you place a folder now?
you use them as bookmarks? Like I'll use random things as bookmarks and then find them
I
later.
do use random things as bookmarks, but I also like put them in things and just put them up all over my wall, which is kind of like collectors of random stuff. So yeah. Oh, I
You're
love
much
Lady
better
Hawk.
at
Lady Hawk is
showcasing
great.
your collectibles than I am. I just don't have the energy to put that
okay.
much effort into showcasing them.
Yeah, dusting is not the best fun, but yeah, it needs to be done. Air cans are your friends.
Yeah. No doubt. I'm with you on that.
Now, remember when you used to do double features? Because I saw Legend and Never Ending Story as a double feature.
So we had
That's amazing.
from this house
I love
where I
both of those
lived
movies.
pretty much my entire life, a drive-in
Oh, nice.
called the Jolly Roger, and we pretty much lived our entire summer there. I watched pretty much every awesome movie from the 80s and 90s at that drive-in, and they're always like double features. So
Yeah.
we would meet up with like an entire grade school would be in the parking lot because that's how it was right there. So that's
Well, that
what
was
we
a great
did,
thing
yeah.
about drive-ins. If you went there, you saw two movies.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Did you ever have any weird combos, like two movies that don't go together at all?
all the time. And then like there's a couple other drive-ins that we would go to. They have like 8 theaters, and if we hated the one, we would just go to the other one that we liked because there was like 8 of them.
We
in a
should like
circle.
come up with a whole like topic of what are some great movies that would be terrible together.
All right.
I'm
I
thinking
think,
Oh,
something like Caddyshack and then Schindler's List. What about that?
that would, be an awful combination.
That'd
But
be an
I
awful
would watch it.
Like
I would
terrible
watch it, though.
combos. I would be good with terrible combos.
what I saw at the theater, that was a weird combo. Conan the Barbarian was the lead feature. And then it was followed up by Cheech and Chong's Up in Smoke.
Oh God.
Okay, I got another
This is
good
for Richard,
double
okay?
combo. This one's a Whoopi Goldberg combo. Jumpin'
Das
Jack
Boot.
Flash, color purple.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh,
DVH had a
okay.
good one. Das Boot and Showgirls.
Interesting one.
Yeah.
My most recent this is for Signature King because they asked me about signatures.
Ooh,
My
yeah.
most recent collection, a bunch of James O'Barr signatures.
Oh, that's cool, man.
Yes. I got him to sign my books, my toys. I got an original art piece from him over there that I need to hang. So yeah, I went heavy on some things.
So also a big Crow fan, huh?
Huge Crow fan. Yes. Yeah. Oh, also here, this is Here it is. This
Oh,
one.
Batman Beetlejuice.
That's the day when
has to be a good-
Jason for Free Comic Book Day, and I got that side. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Douglas,
jealous
yeah,
that you got that signed by him. I have the signature on Parallel, the original.
Yeah.
But man, I wish I was near there. That would have been cool.
I would have got you one. I got like 2. I got me and I got Alex one. So yeah, he is local. So if you need
Caligula
one,
and
let
Dr.
me know.
Zhivago. That's not bad. That's
How did he do with that? Did he do okay with that?
Yeah, he did pretty well. Like I was there for like maybe 4 hours with him. Yeah, so you got
Well,
a couple people in the
let's
back
talk
of
about
that,
Kickstarter.
because
And you got he
You guys
sold.
became best friends pretty quick.
We did. He literally lives like 10 minutes, maybe
about,
20
like,
from me.
the
Yeah.
But
Pelican
how cool
Breed.
is that, right?
Yeah.
So, if you guys don't know, I was trying to shop Jason Douglas to get him on other channels and introduce him to new people to interview.
Yeah.
Katie popped up and said she would like to interview him, that she was starting again, and then they became besties.
Yeah. We're like super good friends now. It's awesome.
And you guys looked like you were having a blast there because I was when I was watching your little live video.
Yeah. We were having so much fun. We forgot to take a picture together. That's how much fun we were having.
And
Yeah.
he's high energy.
Oh, he's super high energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
He was like doing his little spiel, and I was like, hey, come check out our goods. And I was like luring the people from the Free Comic Book Day line to come. It was great.
Oh,
yeah.
he is a great salesman. He can talk fast and enunciate so well and get it all out there.
Yes.
Oh,
I thought that would be the teacher part of him. So he's probably
Yeah.
used to that.
Yeah.
Biggie Shack, Three Ninjas, and Rumble in the Bronx would completely go well together.
Yeah,
I
there's
would
no-
watch it.
There's nothing different there.
We got everyone just trying to think of weird combos. It's
Yeah.
hilarious.
Pinocchio and Debbie Does Dallas was someone's
Rain Man
suggestion.
and Roadhouse. Yep.
That also kind of seems like it would fit together.
Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure with On Golden Pond. Okay, that would be
That would
awesome.
be weird. Yeah.
Now let's talk
man.
oddity because I have a history of just loving weird movies that nobody else likes. One of those being Ice Pirate. I love Ice Pirates.
Oh, Ice Pirates is good. I love wackadoodle,
Oh, it's good.
weird, sci-fi, fantasy, weird movies. I will watch them all, and I
Right.
actually did binge watch the entire Amazon Prime directory of fantasy sword and sorcery movies.
And I'll go down the weird rabbit hole on Tubi too, because Tubi has like these weird
Ah.
80s movies that
Yes.
you forgot even existed anymore. And,
Yes.
and then it brings back that nostalgia really quick, and you're like, oh,
Tubi,
Beastmaster.
Peacock, all of them, they're great. I love Beastmaster. Mark Singer is amazing. Yeah,
I was gonna say it's got to be Mark Singer, Beastmaster.
yeah.
So, Gary, because you said I looked up Tubi, I was like, oh, I can put this on TV, and I'm flipping through, and I'm like, holy shizy, they got all kind of good stuff in here, and I know it's bad, but I started watching reruns of the Highlander TV show, and my wife's like, why are you watching
Paul
that?
one?
Yeah, Adrian Paul one.
That was really popular.
And but I mean, some of the writing is really bad in it. I'm like, this is really
Yep,
bad.
I
And
love
just wanna
Crow.
make
Crow's
those
one of
up.
my favorites.
Crow and Call the Conqueror are two movies that I adore.
Oh yeah,
I love them.
I own them both.
Yeah.
I have them on my. I own them physically. I have the
Yep.
comics, and well, not they didn't do one of Crow, but
Yeah.
of the movie. But the Crow, I saw that in the theater twice. I read the novel before it even came out, and a young Liam Neeson in it too, right?
Yes,
Like-
heavier accent in that movie also, but yes, he was
Right,
in there.
and Robbie Coltrane too. Before he
There's
was
a lot
ever
of people
ever
in that movie.
Hagrid.
Yeah, some good movies in there, but I love that.
Crow was great. And I remember like the way the creatures died freaking me out when I was a little kid, the way they would melt into the ground and come out of slug.
Yes. So that era of like makeup and special effects is my favorite. I love practical effects and I love the artistry that goes into making like foam, latex, all that kind of stuff. And that's something that I adore. I don't really care for
Like
CGI.
Rick
but
Baker.
yeah, I love all that stuff.
I mean, that was when I sat with my son, and it's like, you're gonna love this. And we watched the thing, and he's like, what is that? I mean, what is this? I'm like, look, this was the best they had back then. They didn't have that CGI shit, son. I don't want to hear anything. Quit laughing. Because
Exactly.
he was like, look, you can see that. I said, shut up. Yeah. I was like, you can just go up to your room now. We have nothing to talk about if you're going to ridicule the movie.
So let's bring it back to YouTube a second. What brought you to YouTube, Katie?
I went through some stuff on Twitch and left due to personal reasons and needed a break. So at the time, I was going through comics, getting back into my comic collecting a couple years ago, and I found a couple channels that I was trying to figure out how to clean in my books so I could preserve them. And then I got into like the auction scene and all that stuff. But then I started getting on people's late night streams, and I was like, whatever, I'll just stream myself. So yeah,
Nice.
that's how I got back into that.
Well, it's nice too, and to have the YouTube with people all hours, right? So no matter when you're on, there's somebody there.
Yeah, which I enjoy because I'm never up. The only time I'm never on YouTube is probably when I'm at work until after like maybe 4 p.m. So anything that happens on is.
Oh yeah, that's what
rewind
he's talking
video.
about, Mastodon.
Yes.
And Sorbo.
Kevin Sorbo and Tia Carrera.
Mhm.
Yes, I love Tia Carrera. I loved her Relic Hunter show.
Yeah,
Yep.
where'd
I've always liked
she
her
go?
series.
I liked Relic
She, like,
Hunter too.
Weird.
Well, I'm a sucker for that stuff because I'm the guy that's played Tomb Raider since game one. So I've played Tomb Raider
yeah.
the whole time. So anything that's kind of like that, plus Tia
Yeah.
Carrera, I mean, it was just
Yes.
fun.
I adore the Librarian series. I like adventure stuff, and I've
Yeah.
always liked adventure-y things. So that's
Well, it's tough
exciting
because
to me.
they don't. I don't know. To me, adventure movies have a certain feel to them, and it's hard to capture that feel just right.
Yeah.
And some people try, and if they do it wrong, it either goes too campy and it doesn't feel like an adventure flick. You know,
Right.
obviously Indiana Jones is the gold example of that.
Mhm.
But there was a lot, and that's part of the reason. And I liked it in sci-fi too, which is part of the reason I really liked Ice Pirates. And then you had Angelica Houston on it. You had another one of my favorite character actors is before he had his big chin too was Hellboy guy. Well, I just
Ron Perlman. Yeah.
Ron
Ron
Perlman,
Perlman,
yeah.
thank you.
That's another. I used to watch that Beauty and the Beast show all the time with him in it.
Same,
love
and
that
I read the
movie.
books.
I love
So
that.
that's how big of a nerd I was about it.
Yeah.
I was like, "Oh, Ron Perlman's on it, and Sarah Connor. Okay,
Yeah, great stuff. First of all, Grandma's Boy is a classic, and my bro and I, when we watched that movie, talked like JP for 2 years because we figured out when we speak to recording, if you use his
Eat this
robot
turd
voice,
nuggets.
it'll recognize you every single time.
I have never
Love
seen
that
Grandma's
movie.
Boy.
You need to watch it. It's amazing.
It's hilarious, dude.
So if that
My
is on, I'm
mom, I
watching
got-
anything. Yeah.
Do you promise me
Me and my little
inappropriate
brother-
comedy?
It's really
yes.
inappropriate.
Okay.
The
My little
most
brother and
inappropriate
I-
comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
got
it's
our mom to go watch it, and I've never seen my mom laugh so hard at such inappropriate shit in my life, and I loved it.
See,
But
I do
let's
that
just
at
say that-
Jackass.
It involves, my dad loved Jackass. This involves grannies getting stoned, and there ain't nothing harder than grannies getting stoned. I'm just gonna say right
It's
now.
so good. It is a masterpiece.
It's the
from the
greatest.
start
It's so
to the
fucking
end.
funny.
It is literally one of the best movies of all time. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, I'm gonna have to watch it. I'll probably
hilarious.
try to watch it.
I
this
quote that
weekend.
movie all the time.
Yeah, yes. JP is like the greatest creation, and that we're all of us have a little JP in us.
We
Just
do.
like-
Yeah.
It's true.
I just adore him. I adore that entire movie. It's fantastic. There's a lot of people in that movie too. It's so good.
Yeah, Nick Swartzen.
Yeah, it's a
or
really
something.
funny movie. Huh?
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Nick
thinking. of.
Swartzen. Yeah.
Is
Have
that
you never
right?
seen Grandma's Boy,
Yeah.
Jim?
I've never
it's
seen
so
it,
good. Oh, we got.
but I'm reading all the cast members. It's got Linda Cardellini and
Yeah.
I love
Yeah.
Linda
It's got
Cardellini.
everybody in
She's
it.
one of those small
Yeah.
character actresses that brings up and stuff.
Doris
Yeah.
Roberts, who's Raymond's mother or whatever.
Yeah.
From
Yeah.
Emily. Yeah,
She
she's
was
the
great.
grandma.
Everybody's.
And
Everybody's
Linda
in
was a
that
great
movie.
Velma too.
It's a
I
great cast.
I unapologetically love the two Scooby-Doo live action movies.
They
She
always
was
they
also
cut
in
out all
Freaks
her
and
sexy scenes. She did 2 sexy I'm sexy
She
Velma,
did.
and they cut them out in all the movies. And it's like behind the scenes footage. Shame.
And they were fun too.
They were good. Oh, that was just at the we did the State of Comics. They had the van, the Scooby van from the
Ooh.
movies there.
Nice.
See,
Yeah.
I love Scooby Doo. I don't care. I'm just a sucker for Scooby Doo stuff.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
I
all
like
right.
all that stuff.
Mark is saying, as a gamer and stoner, Grandma's Boy was made for him.
I mean, this
Basically, yeah.
Grandma's Boy was what the nation needed in a time of
Yes.
crisis. And I would
It
ask all
united
of
so
you
many nerds.
to look to Grandma's Boy for comfort and solace
What do
in
you
a
think of
time
Idiocracy?
of
Because I thought that
anarchy.
was pretty good.
That is
Huh?
good. That's a good one. But I kind of adored Grandma's Boy way more than Idiocracy.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah,
way
Grandma's
more.
Boy, because Grandma's Boy's really more lightheaded, lighthearted.
Yeah.
Like,
Not like
Well, yeah, both really. Yeah.
now let's
lighthearted, yeah.
talk about your
Yeah.
fartist feature, Katie.
Okay.
What was your conception for that? Because you said you wanted to start talking to more creators, or
So I've been streaming art for 15 years, and one of my favorite things I've always done is promoting other artists. Like I have a Discord, and it's all about promotions of artists and people that are actually live on Twitch or YouTube. So that's what I do. I've done doing it for years. And when I started wanting to get back into it, that's just something that I enjoyed always doing. So I wanted to, showcase other people because I like showcasing other people than myself because I just get weirded out being on cam. I don't like it. So, yeah, that's how I got back into that.
well, you've gotten used to being on cam, so I mean,
Yeah. You can't tell, but I was like almost barfing like 2 hours before this because
oh right.
oh yeah, I hate being on cam. Yeah.
Well, I think Katie, didn't you get shamed into coming on finally? I think I've asked you a few times, and you were
Yeah,
like, shy.
yeah. Well, before I was like still dealing with COVID and like literally not able to like comprehend. Like I tell people this all the time, but if you watch between the lines that show that I was on, which was my kind of cam reveal thing, I was like pretty much dying on there. I was profusely sweating. I almost passed out like 4 times in the middle
Oh,
of
nugget.
that. Oh yeah, I was like I couldn't even draw to like the last like 20 minutes because I was that like just dying. Like
now I've got to go watch it.
Yeah,
I've got to go watch it now.
Yeah, it was bad.
Joe
Sure, it
gave
wasn't
me
just
a nice
Roscoe
compliment.
or
I think it's on
TM.
Roscoe's. I think it's on Roscoe's channel.
Yeah, I think it's on Roscoe.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bad. Like I was like literally not even drawing to like the last like 20 minutes because I was afraid I was gonna pass out. Like I'm not even like it was bad. Like I was literally doing like this like the entire time. Like it was awful.
Right, and you and I were talking before the show, and COVID hit you and I completely differently. Like,
Oh yeah,
I had the killer headache, and I was sleeping for a couple days. Otherwise, that was about it. I was fine. And
Yeah.
you're still suffering.
It
Like
took me like a year and a half, and I'm still not even over it. Like it royal. Like I went from running 5 miles a day to barely standing. Wow. I was waking up on my floor. Like, yeah, no, I lost my body strength. If I got up and I went to go bend over to pick something up, I would pass out. And this is months after I had it. So it hit me like bad.
Oh, you're getting called out for cheating on Mortal Kombat.
That's Mario Kart, and he lies because I kick his butt all the time. Yeah, liar.
Now,
hold on. What blood type do you have?
I don't even know.
Like,
red.
I had a red. Yeah, no, I had a blood transfusion when I was a little kid, and it kind of screwed me up. So I don't even remember what blood type I have. So
or green. She could be a
I don't know
scroll.
mine either. I never thought about my blood type.
Then neither have I. Like,
well, so there's some.
Hey.
There are some interesting theories about the correlation between blood type and the immunity genetic makeup of individuals.
Yeah.
And so I was just curious because, but whatever.
I have immune problems, so like no, like that's already a thing. So like, didn't need any more.
COVID, Katie.
Yeah.
I told
hopefully
people
you only got it the
COVID,
one time, right?
I'm assuming I've had it the one time because I've had it nonstop the entire time. So
you're a long hauler. You're not the only person.
Long haul. Yeah.
This has happened to a lot of people.
My local friend here who also has a YouTube channel, Dan Can, who's from Out of the Panel Comics. Like COVID hit me and I was okay. COVID hit him and he's still. It's like almost a year later. He's still his lungs aren't right still.
Oh yeah, every now and then it'll still mess with me. Like I lost my taste a couple times, and I still can't eat specific things. Like I was telling you about this earlier. Like I will get a very intense mold taste when I go to eat certain things, and it makes me so nauseous I can't even eat. It's bad. Yeah, pretty bad.
Yeah, COVID's fucked up, man.
It sure is. But yeah, so that's how I started doing my fartist thing again, because I was feeling awful. Then I started doing the late night stuff. I was feeling back into it, and I really wanted to start getting back into drawing again, because I started doing a lot of like the draw alongs on Between the Lines. And I liked promoting people. Well, what actually started is I bought if you see my episode 1, I bought the Lobo piece, and that kind of inspired me to start my promo series again, because I wanted to incorporate people that are not in our usual community into our community. Yeah.
Nice. They were talking about Conan and Gary B over on the Sketchy Show.
Well, glad I'm making it on the other shows in mind.
Yay.
All right, so let's talk about your art. When did you actually start drawing? Like, what inspired you as a kid to get into it? Was there a certain character that really got you into starting to try to draw them?
So I've always been to art and creative things. My mom every year for Christmas would buy me coloring books and crayons, and then I would, yeah. So I would enter all like the coloring contests that they would have for like Walgreens and all that stuff, and I would win all the time.
Nice.
So I started getting to that just from the crayons, and then I started drawing maybe 4th grade. I don't know why. I just started drawing birds, rats, and cats. I don't know. It just happened. Then it morphed into Mortal Kombat characters and anime and comics, and then portraits. I was doing portraits for a really long time.
Wow.
Yeah, portraits probably my specialty. I do that.
Now, every artist has their favorite thing they've done and the thing that they hate the most that they've done. Do you know which both of those are for you?
So the first 30 some years of my art career, I hate every single thing I did. Everything. I only started really liking it when I got back into it on my Twitch about 6 years ago. I don't even know. So when I came back to Twitch, I was like, I'm probably going to be very terrible at this. It's been a hot minute since I did any art, so I wanted to draw a portrait. Then when I drew it, I was like, this is going to look hot trash in pencils. Let me try something else. So I started charcoal because it was Morticia Adams. I was like, it needed to be ultra black. And pencils weren't just going to cut it. So I got into that, and that's how I discovered my love of horror art. I've always loved horror, but I never thought to draw it. So yeah. That's how I got back into that. So anything from that on is I love. But my most favorite
I love Mortal Kombat.
Fatality. Flawless
I also feel super bad because Joe, I have not mailed out your art piece yet. I've had a lot of things happen, so sorry about that.
Joe from Anachronic?
Yes, I'm sorry. Yeah. I've had a rough couple of weeks, so
you got to be careful because he'll stick Bruno on you.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Don't do that.
He'll stick legalese on you. He's,
Yeah. Trying to find my thing. Oh my god, I got so many things in here. I gotta mail out. Yeah. So I got really big into charcoal, and that helped me a lot. I love that. And then I got. Oh my gosh.
Joe's saying he bet that your stuff has great stuff in it.
I have a question. Okay.
Yeah, we got a really important question from Arsenio. It's who is your favorite Mortal Kombat character?
I was really big into Sindel. And then Scorpion, because I drew Scorpion a lot, and Sonya Blade.
Did you say Smoke?
I did not say
who?
Smoke.
Oh.
I said Scorpion and Sub-Zero. They were my boys. So I actually have to mail these out, but I did. Yeah. I drew Bleak as the Crow. So I like that. That was just a little doodly dude. And we did that when we were all drawing crow stuff. This was my favorite thing I've done in the last year. And it took me months to do. And I actually destroyed several pens doing it. It was my sexy Michael Myers.
Wow.
And then this is my all-time favorite portrait I did. I've showed these before, but I've never showed you guys. But it's
Oh wow.
so I got really big into not using pencils, just to use inks. So this and this are just nothing but straight inks on the paper.
I love the angle you
No
chose.
erasing. So this one here is Sharpies and nail polish.
Wow, that's amazing, Katie.
Thank you.
I love the angle, like the kind of almost
Yeah,
looking
so
down
if
on him a
he's
little bit.
a J rocker, but if you look at his eyes and then all down here, that's all nail polish. It came as like enamely looking thing. So I actually did a lot of portraits with a mix of Sharpies and nail polish.
Nice.
I got super big into that. It was fun.
You got Matt Woods saying the Crow is cool. Bobby De La Ghetto saying it's fire. Comic Ozzy saying it's
Thank you.
great. Art Chemist loves it.
Oh,
Bobby De La Ghetto. Is that? Yep, that's some of our nail polish work. Glenn 2K saying you're awesome.
Oh, thanks, guys. Yeah, so I will be back doing my actual art streams where you can watch me do art live. I have my cam arm that I flip down. You guys can watch me paint and stuff. So I'll be getting back to that probably sometime in the next week or two.
Now, who are some of your artist influences? Like you said, you like horror art. Did you like people like Bernie Wrightson back in the day?
I did, but I never knew their names. Like I knew like the art and the images when I was younger, but I didn't start learning out to like the late 90s of who like the actual artists are. But one of my favorite painters of all time is right here. It's Van Gogh.
Yeah.
It's a skeleton with a cigarette. But I adore his when the Van Gogh exhibit came through.
Love Julie Bell.
Yes, but I adore Julie Bell, Clyde Caldwell, Frazetta, all of them. I adore them. But I'm really big into Michael Turner and Silvestri. Just for their line art alone, I probably have an entire house full of their art everywhere.
Oh, so you collect portfolios?
I collect a random mix of original art, prints, whatever I can get my hands on just speaks to me. So, yes.
So the art chemist has a question for you, Katie. He's like, who's your biggest motivator, family, friend, or artist?
Most of my family does not know that I even do art because I don't. Yeah. So a lot of I have a giant art community on Twitch. And we kind of just keep each other in check and like make us do each other art. And we're like, hey, you haven't done stuff for a while. Let's go do stuff. So they're pretty much my go-to peeps.
That's good.
We're
That's
still
gotta
going
be,
on
like,
this
really
team.
You know, it kind of fits because it's all kind of around the same time. So
right, I was just saying that kind of fits, man. It's still war.
You need to get way
World War
different.
II.
Yeah.
You have to go. You know, maybe Sound of Music and then Star Trek first. You know, first movie.
Work.
So let's get into a couple fun questions. We are at the hour 10-minute mark, but this is a lot of fun, so we're going to keep asking you a couple questions.
Okay.
What is your biggest guilty pleasure movie and guilty pleasure song that you don't? I always love to learn what people's guilty pleasure stuff is, like what they're watching that they don't really like to put out there all that often.
I won't watch anything. Like I'm an open book when it comes to movies, like I do. But if I want to watch something just cheesy, just probably Sorority Babes and the Slime Ball Bolorama is my go-to. I watch it all the time. That's my jam. As for music, I have a taste in music. So right now it's super K-pop. Like 2010 to 2015, K-pop is where I'm at right now. But then I also go back and forth from like metal to like pop metal to like Euro trash metal.
Right. See, I'm enjoying a lot of the current K-pop now.
Yeah.
But one of my favorite things that I always go back to is around the 2013, 14, and I'll play it all the time. The EDM music.
Yes, that's where I'm at right now. I went back into it. I'm really into 4 Minute and Big Bang again. So yeah, I kind of cycle my things. But if you really like that stuff, there was a really big section of dance pop, K-pop in the 90s. It's all like dance. I love Dio. I do like Baby Metal. I saw them live a few times, and I'm gonna tell you right now, they have probably the most hype pit I've ever been in, and I've been to some metal concerts. Yeah, they are coming around with Metalocalypse, so go see that piece. Go see that concert.
Now, do you have a favorite anime movie? I talk about my favorite anime series of all time was Bubblegum Crisis.
I love Bubblegum Crisis. I adore.
I love the
anything
music
in
in
that
it
era.
too. Like I will still play it
Hurricane.
on my list.
I listen to Hurricane all the time.
Hurricane's
Konya
amazing.
wa Hurricane.
And
Yeah.
Victory.
Yes. Good. It's super good. Yeah, that whole entire
And
section
that first
of
series was
anime.
amazing.
Yes. So any of like the late 80s, early 90s, like adult sci-fi anime, I adore.
Now,
And then
nobody remembers this. Do you remember Mermaid Forest, that horror? That was really good.
yeah, one of my favorites is Yu Yu Hakusho and Outlaw Star. I have that down there that I actually want to rewatch, but I've been watching manga since basically 80s Voltron. So I got into it really early.
Yeah.
Really early. Yeah.
I'm addicted to the show Intervention. I like if you can be an addict to a show. Yeah, but then like someone it is all kind of the same. They all get kind of the same. And then sometimes I can't watch Hoarders because it fucks with me too much.
Yeah, I was really big into Hoarders. Yeah. I liked Hoarders.
I can't do Hoarders. It fucks with me. Huh?
It's weird. It's a weird mix when you're watching it. Yeah.
And then for a while, like this is a guilty pleasure, and y'all don't tell anybody, even though we're on TV. I really got into fucking Dr. Phil because he cracked me up. The stupid shit he would say. Well, the truth is like a pancake. There's always two sides. And it's just like, fuck, Dr. Phil's killing it. And I would feel better about life too. Because it's just like, we're fucking crazy. We're together. Fucking Dr.
That's
Phil.
awesome.
Oh, MacGyver. I got a quick MacGyver story, and then it's back to you, dude. There's this guy in the, like, when I worked in the pathology department, a grad student got kicked out, and it was this Asian dude, and it's because he crashed all the servers because he was fucking downloading all MacGyver, all the entire series, MacGyver series. Like, kicked out of grad school because you crashed servers.
You got kicked out of grad school for that?
An Asian guy, little Asian dude. It sucked.
So Richard Dean Anderson got him kicked out of school, huh?
Oh,
yeah, man. I'm telling you, MacGyver got booted.
That's funny.
That's hilarious.
You see, I used to watch. So I was a religious. Every Tuesday night, I was sitting on the floor in front of the TV because I've always been a floor sitter.
Yeah.
And even now, I'll sit on the floor, and then when I go to get up, I remember I'm old. I'm like, oh, why do I do this? But Buffy and Angel.
Oh, I love Buffy.
I'd never missed them. I wouldn't even answer the phone during Buffy the Vampire Slayer. Someone called me, I was mad.
I adored Buffy, and I would watch it all the way through the credit scenes because my favorite thing was that stupid paper cardboard cutout of the girl who's like, yeah, that was my favorite thing. I have to watch that. Yeah.
When I ended up doing the stay-at-home dad thing, I got yelled at because that was Buffy was on, and then Angel right after, first thing in the morning. So I've got this, 3-month-old sitting here, and my wife says, "You're not going to watch that in front of him, are you? He can't even he can't see the CV yet. I mean, he's 3 months. Look at him. We're going to sit here and watch it. I'm going to drink coffee, and he's going to smile because Buffy's on. Leave me alone. Go to work. Make your money, woman." But yeah, I watched the entire Buffy series, all of Angel, just while he was a baby, because I never really got to see it.
The Buffy movie was good too, CJ. I saw that in the theater with Kirsten Johnson.
Me too.
I saw that.
Was fabulous.
I watched that movie so much as a kid. I fucking loved it.
Donald Sutherland,
so good.
Yep.
Pee-wee Herman, come on.
Yeah,
and also
Comics, Joe brought up.
Rucker Hoyer.
Speaking of Sutherlands and vampire movies, fucking Lost Boys. Old Keeper up in that one.
Boys. It's great.
I love Lost Boys. I thought he was so hot in that.
That was classic.
The Stargate. I love the Stargate movie. And I even like the Stargate series. I was a huge Stargate.
I like the Stargate movie.
I would take Stargate over Star Wars and Star Trek. I love Stargate.
Wow, dang.
I don't know about all that.
You're about to get beat up by some nerds right now. I don't know.
I could take this shot, Katie. I'm not worried about it.
Lynn's going deep.
Rogers.
Yes,
Lynn's going deep with the Buck Rogers.
I adore all that stuff, Glenn. Like that's the stuff I grew up watching. Like,
Glenn, you like
I
Wilma
love-
Daring in that spacesuit is what you liked.
Star
Hey.
Trek and the Lucy Show.
That
I'm
woman,
wearing a
Erin
Star
Gray.
Trek shirt right now.
Yeah.
That woman,
Star
Erin
Trek.
Gray, was my first crush as a kid. Wilma
Oh,
Daring.
hell yeah.
Rogers. Tightest pants in space.
Mm. No doubt.
But so who's your let's go around the board here. Your first celebrity crush when you were young.
Oh,
So mine was Erin Gray.
Okay.
I don't know who she
Jim?
is.
Mine was Linda Carter, man. Come on, bro.
Nothing
Okay.
wrong. Linda Carter's a classic and a great
Linda-
person too.
Yeah.
All right, Lady Fantastic.
Okay. Let's go, Caroline.
Michael Jackson. I was like 8, and I was like, I'm gonna marry Michael Jackson and work at McDonald's when I grow up.
Oh.
Those are the 2 things I
Nice.
fucking wanted to do with my life: marry Michael Jackson and work at McDonald's.
Okay.
All right,
So
we're
what?
in the hot seat now, Katie.
Okay, so I kind
A
of have a
little
couple because
Electra.
they all kind of hit me out at the same time.
All right.
Besides my husband of all time, Bruce Campbell, aka Ashley J. Williams, in the Hook movie, Rufio. That was my boo. Dante
I thought it was-
Brasco, yeah,
he was
and
something.
at the same
Rufio was
time,
cute.
Jonathan Brandis. Those are my loves
Jonathan
of all time.
Brandis.
Also,
Oh, what was
rest
the
in
guy?
peace to
Jonathan Taylor
Brandis.
Thomas.
I don't know Jonathan Brandis.
Vincent
Who is that?
Kortheiser.
He was on Sequest DSV in the original
Yeah.
movie, and a bunch of
He had,
other
like,
little like
Big
things.
hair, but he was like really skinny. And I was like, what?
Yeah.
This kid has like a big thing of hair going.
Man, I miss fun sci-fi shows like that where they
Yeah.
weren't afraid to do something weird and
Those are
fun.
my boos. Yeah.
Cindy from Power Rangers.
Wow.
Okay.
Now I'm starting to have flashbacks.
Yeah. That
Uh,
was
why?
my boo boos. I literally had a tiger beat Jonathan Brandis wall when I was like around 7th grade.
It's so sad because he's dead, isn't he? He
He
died.
killed.
He was in
he killed himself.
Ladybugs.
Oh, way to bring
He
the
was in-
house down, Caroline. No, just kidding.
No. No, I think around 2000, 2002-ish. Yeah. So,
Joe.
Yeah.
I wound up. I was in love with Marilyn Monroe.
Yeah. Cyndi Lauper was good. I adored her when she was, the manager for Captain Lou in wrestling.
That was fun. Like Cyndi Lauper wasn't afraid to do anything. She would just go
No,
on
she
with
kind
it.
of just
She's
went
still not,
and did
dude.
it. She still
Fucking
does
calls it
yeah.
like she sees it. I love her
Right.
ass.
Okay.
There we go. Dope Comics just subbed up Anachronic. Good. Glad to see people subbing each other.
Yay.
No,
Fair
look.
Fawcett was okay, but if we're gonna go with women on Charlie's Angels, I was all about Kate Jackson.
Okay. I can see that. Yeah.
Kate
No,
Jackson.
I always like Cheryl Ladd better than all of
That
them.
was my next one,
Okay.
Jim.
Yeah,
It was
Cheryl
Kate
Ladd.
Jackson, Cheryl Ladd.
Farrah had amazing hair.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And when we talk about classic sci-fi, everyone always says, "Oh, Farrah Fawcett, her first role was in
Logan's Run.
Logan's Run," and she was so pretty. I'm like, Jenny Agutter beat her all day in that movie. Jenny Agutter was beautiful in Logan's Run.
Listen, he had the Farrah Fawcett poster.
See, Jacqueline Smith, she's good too.
Yeah, she's
Feathered hair.
the old man comes home one day and he's like, "So you like comics? I got you something." And he rolls out this poster of Wonder Woman, like, she has the cape on, she's fully extended. He's like, "Let me put this on your wall for you." And I'm like, "Where's Batman? Where's Superman?" I was little. And then he was like, "Trust me, you'll like this one better." And I was like, "Yeah, okay." She grew on me.
She grew on you. Yeah.
She grew on me.
I thought the guy that played Atreyu was cute. I thought Atreyu was cute.
Yes, he's still cute. He's still cute. I
would've
did
hit
like
it.
that. Yeah.
Plus,
I didn't know what hitting it means. I would have hit it.
Samantha
that's
Fox
right.
back in the day. If anyone remembers Samantha Fox,
She was foxy.
She was yes, but didn't she do like little side business? Didn't Samantha Fox do porn too?
no, she was a page 6 girl in Britain, which is they would have a pinup on in their newspaper.
Okay, well I'm thinking of somebody else then. Maybe what's that one that was in oh, that is a different person. Never mind. I'm looking that shit up on Google now because I think there was one named Zagenbach.
Read what Glenn just says. He knows.
She was no Sabrina.
No, Glenn's comment. Go up, like 2.
UK page 3,
which
topless
one?
model.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
See,
page
she did
3. That's
finally-
it. Thank you. You know what's funny is I have a funny story about that too. So there was a Samantha Fox poster book out, and it was all her page 3 stuff, and it was all topless, right? And I'm in the record store, and I'm going to buy it. You know, I'm like this 13-year-old kid. I want Samantha Fox.
Yeah.
And the guy wouldn't sell it to me.
Oh, bogus.
So I go out to the car. And my dad had drove me down there
Denied.
especially just to get that book, right? Because he knew I wanted it. And I go outside, tell my dad the guy wouldn't get it. And I'm like, what? No guy's telling my kid he can't have boobies. Buy some
Boys,
book for me.
titties. Yeah.
Listen to Phil. Phil's terrible.
Lindsay Wagner was great.
Yeah, she was awesome.
And also, there was someone else I was thinking of back in the day that was really good too that I really liked. There's so many classics.
Yeah, very much so.
But we are approaching the hour and a half mark, so we will start wrapping up. Let's get to some final questions for Katie, and if you guys have them, we'll start with Caroline because I want to put her on the spot.
Oh,
If you were a hot dog, would you eat yourself?
obviously. You know.
Good to know.
Unless it was a
Goldie.
beef hot dog, then it would taste
A
like
glizzy.
gold.
No, it tastes like
Glizzies.
gold.
Costco glizzies for life.
Costco
Oh,
glizzy.
man.
They are a pretty nice glizz.
They are pretty good. Yeah.
Like Jim,
Yeah.
I don't have
right.
one off the top of my head. If you were like, what is one of the like you said you did portraits? What is one of the harder ones you've had to or you tried to do that you were like, man, why did I want to do this? Why, was it
Every portrait I ever did up until
the last 5 years?
The art.
Yeah.
I brought this out before, and I'll show you guys. It is I hate the art that is in here. This is like 15 years ago art, but I look at it and I cringe because I'm like, oh wow, what happened to this people's? But yeah, I tried doing color pencils.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's Adam
I did
Driver.
not. I did not. That's pen, but yeah, it was.
Boy, that's really good. How do you know?
No, I hate it. I hate
We
it.
can just mail
Cringy.
all those out to the community because we love them.
Yeah, I was really big into. I was really big into. J-Rock.
Have you always been really hard on yourself, Katie?
Always, yeah. But yeah, these are my experimentals with colored pencils. I actually did. So back in UNOW, when I was on UNOW doing art, I would draw people in my chat as crayon portraits.
Those are so good.
So these are crayon portraits I would do of the people that were in my chat.
But that's fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, but no, I look at that and I cringe like big time.
But there's nothing cringy in there. That's all. Honestly, it's all really good. I'm not just blowing smoke. Those look great.
Thank you.
We can be our own worst critic.
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Well, it's always funny what you don't like about yourself, and somebody else will tell you, really?
Yeah, that's amazing. But yeah, I think as a creative people, you are your own worst enemy when it comes to art because you can't get out of your head on certain things. But that's why when I came back and I kind of adapted the attitude of, meh, if I mess it up this time, I could draw it again a second time. And it's not going to be as messed up. So it took me literally like 38 years to get that mindset. And then once I got into that mindset, I was happy with all the art that I did. Because I actually used to beat myself up too much about making things perfect. Mm-hmm. And I actually think my art has grown better with all the imperfections in it. So
there you
go, art peeps. There's some art
nuances,
knowledge. Yeah.
Not imperfections, nuances.
Yes. It makes it unique.
So my question for you, and I was going to ask this of you because you're an artist. So it fits in with what we were just talking about.
Okay.
If you could get anyone, past, present, to sit down for you to draw live, and they would just sit in front of you, and so you could sketch them, who would you choose?
Oh, past, present, and like alive, or like
It
currently
doesn't,
dead?
it doesn't matter. Just if you could choose anyone in history or from now or the present to sit down in front of you, so you could just draw them and have a conversation with them while you're doing it, who would it
Okay.
be?
I would probably pick Jonathan Brandis because he was one of the original people I started doing portraits of back, like I was like fifth grade.
Mm.
And the portraits I did of him then were really
Sounds
bad.
about right.
Like they're upstairs, they're not even down here.
Timeline checks out.
So what's this flying horse? Finish your answer, and then we'll get to this flying horse thing.
Flying horse? A flying
But
horse.
Jonathan Brandis, you're saying?
Jonathan Brandis and probably Jason Momoa, just because, damn.
He's hot. Yeah, I got a corollary to that question.
Campbell, huh?
I have
But
a
not
corollary to that question.
I have the opportunities to meet him because he is from here, so he comes around a lot. So, but I can reverse that also. If I were to sit down with any artists to learn from, who would I sit down? Michael Turner, Frazetta, and maybe possibly Silvestri for line work.
Time out. Hold on. You have to pick what artist would you choose to draw you. So you could pick any artist, and they're going to
I
draw
was just
you.
gonna say that.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's a good one. I might go with Turner because I would adore him to draw me as Supergirl.
Not Van Gogh.
No, I would adore him to draw me as Supergirl. Turner.
Nice.
He did some great
His Supergirl covers were so amazing.
He did.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I think I gravitate towards his covers when I'm out, looking for books, and I'm like, I didn't even read this, but damn, look at that cover. It's crazy.
Glenn, I still have no idea what the hell you're talking about. This is
the blue-winged horse.
Blue-winged horse. What blue-winged horse?
He's playing too much Mario Kart.
Yeah,
Right.
I think you're hit by one too many blue shells. What?
I was just gonna say maybe it's a blue shell trauma.
Maybe I don't think I've drawn a horse.
Now, have you ever, for fun, drawn any of the Mario stuff? Being an artist and just playing it so much.
Yeah, so that was like some of the stuff that I drew early on when I was a kid. Just random like games. Right. Oh my gosh, I can't. Gaming, like cartoons, that kind of stuff. Jeez, my hair is so flopping everywhere. Yeah, so I drew that a lot actually. I don't even know if I have any of that stuff left, but yeah, that's what stuff I was drawing when I was a kid. Ooh, Bobby.
That says he'd have Frank Frazetta draw them all Conan style.
Yes.
And Immortal Biggie Shack wants to know what your Grail book is that you want to get.
The next book that I would want to go after would be the Lois Lane book with the first Silver Age Catwoman is my next book. I would like
71, 77. What number Lois Lane is that? Like 70, 71? It's in the 70s.
Something like that. Yeah.
No, it's in the 70s.
One of those. Yes, but yeah. Catwoman,
I know which one you're talking about. I can see it.
So I actually got back into comics because of Jim Balance Catwoman back in the 90s. I remember to this day where I was at when I.
Yeah, Jim Balance had a Catwoman that you couldn't miss. Like his style,
she was lovely.
It was amazing.
Yeah. Oh, and I would also like to sit down with Simon Beasley and just paint with him all day. Probably just drink and paint with him all day and listen to music. That's my guy. It's who I'm actually trying to get art from next week.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
And he's got a distinctive style. When you see his art, you know it.
Yes, I adore him. I have a lot of Lobo.
Did you ever get his Slain stuff?
I do, yeah. I have all the UK versions of Slain, the Horn God, and I have the portfolio book with the prints on it.
Nice.
A lot of people don't know about Slain.
A couple of people did Slain, but his Slain, the Horn God, was sexy. The paint, it's fully painted covers, interiors, and everything. I love those kind of books.
Nice.
Awesome.
All right, so I think we've had a pretty good show. Katie, you were fantastic. That was so much fun.
Thanks for
Literally
having me.
An hour and a half went by so fast just having a conversation with you.
We may have to have you on again.
Great to actually talk to you because we've been in the same circles but never really had a conversation together.
Yes, and we've been trying to do this for a long time now. So
No, not hot
well,
seat.
you
Has she
know,
been on 1011? Have you been
No,
on
I have no
1011?
idea in the 20 plus boxes where my books are. So once I figure that
Ah,
out, then
right.
I'll do that. But yeah,
right?
there's
That's the
literally-
first show I tried to get her on,
Yeah.
and
I was
she basically sent me a message saying, "Look, dude, don't talk to me."
like,
Yeah.
Quit being weird.
yeah,
So
I'll
mean.
contact you when I find my stuff. But yeah, no, I literally have no idea where none of my stuff is right now.
Yeah.
So.
And you know what? I understand that because I don't go on other shows with that stuff because I don't like digging through my books either.
So
Look at
yeah,
that.
so the
Easy.
first couple of ones that I did that I showed stuff, I grabbed just completely random stuff that was near me, so I didn't have to find anything, and I just brought different things every single time, and then it all got jumbled up in new boxes. I don't know where anything is. So
The thing is, once you get it all out,
Why?
too, then you got to put it all back again. Ugh.
yeah,
So I much prefer hosting it and making other people.
yeah,
There you go.
it's really hard to
Now I
find
know.
10 books out of like 50 some thousand books that you have that are all stacked up in closets and under your bed, and then
And then you got to lift all those boxes again, and
yeah, it's a lot of work. Yeah.
right.
So what I'm doing now is I'm going through and I'm logging all my books and I'm labeling my boxes and I'm stuffing them under my bed because my bed fits my boxes now. So I don't have to trip on them or
There
look
you
at
go.
them after I'm done. It's like,
Smart.
you're in there. I'm good. Yeah. So that's exciting to get that
Now,
all under my bed. Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to ask one more question because why not?
Okay.
What is your favorite oddball collectible that you own? Do you have a favorite
Whoa.
oddball collectible?
I just collect so much stuff, like so much stuff, like insane amount of stuff. Like, I don't know.
I'm
if I
still
have
trying to
an
figure this
oddball.
out.
What?
And
I
the
don't
other
even
guy.
know. Dude,
Yeah, it's because I'm not Rob.
But okay, you were saying about the oddball stuff.
I all my stuff. Okay, I have a weird collection of horror Halloween stuff that belongs in my house at all times. So I have like skull things everywhere.
Oh, nice.
I
That's
don't know
cute.
why it's
though.
Katie.
everywhere. Thank you.
Katie, you should have seen the one the 10 it was either 1011 or hot seat with that Gary did with Naman. And like when Jim came on, Naman was so disappointed. He's like, I thought Metarog was gonna be on here. It was amazing.
Oh wow! Dang,
I loved
Nom is a little sassy ball of fire
He
sometimes.
gets cold blooded. I know.
You
I
do,
know.
but there's my
Terrible.
skull-eyed octopus.
So you got
That's
Nami
awesome.
giving you a compliment now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somebody broke into your house, Katie, I think they'd have second, thoughts. They'd be like, "Holy shit, what am I
You know,
getting
you know
into?"
you're
We don't
weird.
even want to talk about my mint in box 80s and 90s figures that have taken up my whole upstairs of my house. It's pretty bad. Pretty bad. Yeah. No,
So
yeah.
Glenn's still trying to help you here. He says it was your first attempt at using a different way to draw.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Glenn.
She's gonna rip up
I
the house
honestly
looking for it
don't.
later on for sure. She's gonna be like,
I literally don't. I'm confused. If we figure this out, we'll figure it out.
Glenn's
I
going to
don't
be
know.
sending you DMs for like a
We'll
week
do it
trying to figure
together.
this out with you.
Yeah, I don't
Glenn,
know.
could
We'll
you
figure it out.
draw a picture of the picture that she drew
Please,
to remind
yes.
her?
Yes, refresh my memory, and I know for a fact I have not drawn a horse, so you can eliminate the horse.
All right. So
I don't know. I'm baffled. I really am. I don't.
let's go around the horn real quick. Lady Fantastic, what's coming up for you, ma'am?
I don't know. You suck. No, just kidding.
Oh.
Let's see. Just kidding. I'm sorry. I'm being sassy.
What's
I'm
up?
gonna do
You can
on
be sassy.
Saturday. I'll be sassy on Saturday. Doing a whale auction with Strictly
Ooh,
Comics, and so
nice.
it's the big boy books gonna show some bangers. But other than that, I'll just be around intermittently in chats and jumping on other people's. I'm pretty promiscuous with my YouTubing. I need to make a chat on my own thing, have my own thing, but fuck it, whatever.
I see.
That was a lot.
Great.
You're in all our chats, so you're good.
Yeah.
All right, Jim, what's coming up for you?
I don't really have anything coming up this weekend.
That much, huh?
I'm going to be out of town. I'm gonna see Brother John. I haven't seen my brother in a while. I'm gonna see him.
Fun.
So we might try to do a little quick
Brother
video if we
John!
can get we might try and run to the comic book store down in Richmond,
Nice.
Because we have to go to this stupid wedding. Well, no, we have to go to a wedding. So I'm hoping maybe, hang out with him for a little bit. Maybe we'll shoot some video, hitting the comic book shop,
Cool.
and we'll
That sounds
go
fun.
live or something.
And
Good,
before
yeah.
we get to me, Katie, what's coming up for you?
Tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, I will have my next series of Fartist feature. I will have Deanna from the Universum Comics. It's her first ever interview.
Oh yeah, she just followed me. Like 2 accounts from them just followed me. I think
Okay,
hers
nice.
and then the Universum.
Yeah, so she's good peeps. So I'm actually going to be on a thing after this because we're trying to figure out her slideshow business. So after this, we're going to go do that. But yeah, that's tomorrow. Then next week, I have the first ever interview ever for the Jane American artist, Annie Artsy Moonwalker. So she'll
Very
be on
nice.
my fart feature. Yes. Which I'm excited
Fartsy
about.
Moonwalker.
Good.
And coming
what I
up
did
for me,
there?
so Katie will know this person. The next 10-1-1 next Tuesday is Bleecker Street.
Yay.
And then
What a jerk.
Yeah, he wasn't here. Where's that punk? Boo. Yeah.
Yeah, turd.
Banned. Yeah.
and then on Thursday we have Lee from Whack Comics on in the hot seat.
Oh, nice.
Oh,
nice.
God.
What kind of
I'll be out of
stuff
town
are they
that
gonna
day.
destroy?
Right.
Yeah.
And if Katie or Caroline, if either of you want the invitation for Tuesday with Bleecker Street, you guys can come on as
sure.
co-hosts if you want. Let me know.
You need to get on there and give him hell, dude. You
All
should
right,
give.
done
She
and
needs
done.
to co-host that. Yeah, give
Okay.
Bleecker some shit. He
Perfect.
deserves it. He's Canadian.
he
Fuck.
does.
Yeah, see,
He's from Canada and he wasn't here, so boo. So he's gonna get all
He's
the
from
credit.
Canada.
So here's
I don't
what
know what their
happens on
problem is.
here's what happens on my channel.
Probably had
Katie.
some.
Once you come on, you become part of the crew. Ask
Okay.
Caroline. She got
Nice.
sucked in.
You got
It's
suckered
very
in.
incestuous.
We haven't let her go yet.
No, please help me.
You're stuck here for life now.
But no, I want to say thank you to Caroline and Jim for co-hosting. I appreciate you both jumping on.
Yay.
Thank you guys very much.
I'll
I
follow these lovely
appreciate it.
people.
I want to thank Katie, we had a big crowd. We had 30-something people in here
Oh
watching you,
wow.
participating.
Lovely.
A lot
So
of fun.
glad.
People turned out in spades to support you. So thank you guys
Yay.
for coming out to support Katie. Thank you for supporting our co-host. Everybody's links are in the description below. So please, if you're not following them, go follow them. If you're watching this on the rewind, obviously if you're in the chat, you're already following these people. But if you see us on the rewind, and these shows do a lot in the rewind, go check out everyone here and give them a sub and a follow. And most of all, Katie, thank you for coming on the show and spending an hour and a half with us, and giving us a peek into who you are and what you like, and
You're welcome.
you in
I
general.
had
We really
fun.
appreciate
There you
it.
go. Oh, and you get some K-pop hearts. Yeah, I'm actually wearing Blackpink heart earrings.
Are you? Nice.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. But
So
yeah,
every
thanks for
time-
having me on. Yay.
Like I know every time I hear a Blackpink song, aren't you going Blackpink in your head?
Yeah.
They have that little little
Blackpink
chant.
in your
Yeah, their little
area.
chant.
Yeah.
Blackpink in your area. All right.
Yeah.
God.
Bye, everyone.
Till next time.
Bye.
Keep it
Not a
casual.
bookworm nose.